The president's border czar has long insisted that migrants in this country illegally are being carefully vetted before they're deported.
But now the administration is admitting that at least one migrant was deported accidentally. It blames an administrative error.
An error that has the migrant, who had been living in Maryland, sitting tonight in one of the most dangerous prisons in the world, in his native El Salvador. A judge has blocked his deportation there because his life would be in danger.
The migrant's wife and 5-year-old son are U.S. citizens. He was on board one of those planes filled with Venezuelan and Salvadoran migrants deported to El Salvador last month, all of them alleged to be criminals and/or gang members.
But as we have reported, there is reason to believe some may not be. Nancy Cordes is at the White House. Nancy?
Good evening. This man's family says he's a union member, full-time sheet metal worker supporting an American wife and a special needs child. The White House says he may have been sent to prison by mistake, but that he's dangerous and now deserves to stay there.
ICE officials now admit this man was not supposed to end up at the notorious Sicotte prison in El Salvador. In a new court filing, they say the deportation of Kilmar Abrego Garcia was an administrative error and an oversight.
What they're saying is, yeah, we messed up, so what?
Simon Sandoval-Moschenberg is his lawyer.
What we're asking right now is for the government to ask for him back from the government of El Salvador.
Right now, Trump officials are saying no. Vice President J.D. Vance called Abrego Garcia a convicted MS-13 gang member with no legal right to be here.
Is Kilmar a gang member?
He's not a gang member. The allegations against him are based on whispers and shadows.
What is clear is that Abrego Garcia fled gang violence in El Salvador when he was 16. In 2019, an immigration judge issued a grant of protection, which prohibits him from being deported back to his home country for his safety.
This individual was an MS-13 ringleader.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
The judge ordered that he should remain in this country. So are you saying that it is okay to ignore a judge's ruling if you don't like it?
Who does that judge work for?
He's an immigration judge.
An immigration judge who works for the Department of Justice at the direction of the Attorney General of the United States, whose name is Pam Bondi, who has committed to eradicating MS-13 from our nation's interior.
Right now, the White House seems to be saying they don't want to ask for him back.
No, unfortunately they don't. It's appalling to me. I've had wrongful deportation cases before, including in the last Trump administration. And in every single such case, as soon as they realized what they'd done, they bent over backwards. They moved mountains to get these guys back.
This case is shining new light on the cases of other men whose families say they were sent to Sicotte in error.
Not every gang member has a criminal record.
Our colleague, Lilia Luciano, asked Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, about the vetting that took place before deportees were flown to El Salvador.
I've been assured numerous times that everybody in that plane from Venezuela was a TDA member. The rest of them were MS-13.
And Nancy, as you showed us, the press secretary, that is, said this is all up to the Attorney General. Is that the way this works?
Not exactly. Immigration judges do technically report up to the Attorney General, but that doesn't mean that she can simply ignore an immigration judge's ruling that someone needs to stay in this country. She can call for it to be reviewed. She can challenge it, but there is a process for that, and it was not followed in this case.
And the man in this case, Nancy, was not convicted, despite what the vice president said, right? And if so, how did he get on the list?
Well, he wasn't originally on the list. He was considered an alternate, but there was a manifest with a lot of names on it that started dropping off for various reasons. And so he kept moving up the list, and there was no notation there that he was not supposed to be sent out of the country, John. ICE officials are describing this as a, quote, good faith oversight.
Just a few seconds here, Nancy. What happens next in this case?
There is a court hearing on Friday. His lawyers want the judge to call on the government to ask El Salvador to send him back. But the government's lawyers are arguing that the judge simply has no jurisdiction here because the man in question is now out of the country.